If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Call me Satoshi's kin, stacking sats, yeah, I'm cashing in. Traded up, so clean from the dip to the peak. While it's flexing, hear the blockchain speak. Gas fees high, don't sweat, I still pay the price. Struggles drown me, but I roll the dice. Auto tight, real dip, moon's my only scene. Crypto funds the king, I'm the trading queen. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Stop, wait a tick, check the candlestick. Bull run's coming, better move real quick. I'm too high, hot coin, flip the dime to a stack. Whales can't stop me, got that miner's knack. Shit's on fire, so lit, green lines all night. Almost kicking, I'm feeling right. Move, circle. Through the dips I glide. Crypto funk's my jam, take it worldwide. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Before I log off X tonight, gotta stake my ether right. Say my name, you know my game. Crypto funk's my claim to fame. From the block to the chain I rise. Moonshot gleam in my eyes. Call it out, east, west, north, south. Crypto funk's what it's all about. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, crypto funk the moon is fast. Crypto funk to make it last. Crypto funk to stack that cash. Don't believe me, just watch. Crypto funk, moving fast. Crypto funk, make it last. Crypto funk, stack that cash. Don't believe me, just watch.
Ooh, baby, a candle umbrella. Ooh, baby, a stacking fella. Woo! I'm a hood survivor, raised where the hustle bites. Crypto's my cover, shielding through the fights. Mean coins hit fast, jams in their grin. Buy my trash, they gasp, tore my dream. Lost my last buck, landlord kicked my gate. Lights out in luck, scam sealed my fate. News lit 'em up, cuffs on grifter kings. Flipped a sat to shine, bull runs my wings. Yeah. When the charts crash low and the scammers glow, ooh, you've got my back, my crypto Bella. Yeah. When the bears run wild and the pumps subside, ooh, I'm your shade, my crypto Brella. Brella, ay. Crypto Brella, ay. Brella, ay. Crypto Brella, ay. Scam boss, smirk, girl, your stack's my game. Pumped his junk, then jerked, left me in shame. FOMO's cruel hook, snagged my last thin thread. Gas fee shook, drained my bed. But I held tight, flipped a dip to glow. Stats hit my sight, turned the scam to woe. Oh, markets my pulse, coins my shield of fate. Bull runs my force, scammers meet their gate. Yeah, when the charts crash low and the scammers glow. Ooh, you've got my back, my crypto Bella. Yeah, yeah. When the bears run wild and the pumps subside. Ooh, I'm your shade, my crypto Bella. Brella, Brella, Brella. Ay, ay, ay. Crypto Bella. Ay, ay, ay. Brella, Brella, Brella. Ay, ay, ay. Crypto Bella. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I sank with my crew, felt their scams cruel rain. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Now I lift every soul. Bull runs my refrain. Yeah, yeah. Crypto's my spark, my shield and my flame. Bull runs my kin, calling my name. Ride through the storm, glow through the frame. Crypto Brella's my play. When the charts crash low and the scammers glow. Ooh, you've got my back, my crypto Bella. Yeah, yeah. When the bears run wild and the pumps subside. Ooh, I'm your shade, my crypto Bella. Brella, Brella, Brella. Eh, eh, eh. Crypto Bella. Eh, eh, eh. Brella, Brella, Brella. Eh, eh, eh. Crypto Bella. Eh, eh, eh. Ooh, yeah, Crypto Bella's mine. Ooh, yeah.
The cowbell has rung, has been rang, has rungeted, has ringled.
Hey,
We rang the cowbell.
crypto.
Let's get started.
Digital gold in my hands, na na na. Crypto, ooh, na na. Hey, blockchain's the vibe, understand, na na na. Na 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 na. I met a miner down in Silicon Bay. He says Satoshi's go still leads the way. I tossed my dollars, jumped into the trade. Now every hash is how I get paid. The charts were red, but I held tight. Dreaming of Lambos in the moonlit night. From zero to hero, while it's my throne. Decentralized life, I'm never all alone. Crypto, ooh, na na. Half my funds are locked in blockchain, na na. I took a chance on Bitcoin, now I'm stacked, na na. Can't stop this wallet, no, ooh, na na. Crypto, ooh, na na. Traded fiat for some ether, na na. Holding tight through dips, I'm never flat, na na. This ledger's mine, oh yes, ooh, na na. NFTs flashing, I'm buying the art. Gas fees are stealing a piece of my heart. NFTs flashing, I'm buying the art. Gas fees are stealing a piece of my heart.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dawg. Oh man, my apologies first. I've got to apologize for everyone who is part of the YouTube membership, the $3 a month thing. Whether you've been gifted a membership, whether you bought the membership or you have gifted that membership to others, I owe you guys an apology for. Seems like ever since I had my little it's a minor surgery a few weeks ago, man, I've just been off the ball on that. So I've consecutively missed it, I think, for about 3 weeks now. My bad. I don't know. I've just been really tired. I've slept through the last 2 of them and had to do some stuff before to prep the other one. But I will straighten this out. My apologies for that. I will definitely make that up to you guys somehow, because that means a lot to me that you guys would do that, contribute that for other people, or just, I mean, I know it's a small amount and some of you people might think it's just a small amount, but you know, I mean, that's something of value, and I want to make sure that I'm giving back value on this channel. So it bugs me when I don't do what I said I was going to do. But you know, but then again, it's also being true to myself and who I've always been. If there's a class out there, I'm probably going to sleep through it. So, you know, it's kind of a balance of who I was and who I'm wanting to be, I guess. Anyway, I dropped the ball on that. I'm taking responsibility. Sorry about that. I will make it up to you. We'll make it bigger, better, stronger, faster somehow. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Hey, if you caught the little stream from way in this morning, that thing went longer than I think those are tiring me out. Not only does just being glued to a screen a lot like that day traders and scalpers is sitting there all day at the morning. I mean, man, you put yourself through a lot to do that, and so little reward that usually comes from it. But chop today. This is what it kind of looked like on the 6-minute time frame. Just, you know, watching this go up and then come down. And it was the come down part we're watching mostly today here. We nailed this little guy right here. We had, you know, there was a place up here we were hoping it went home. We already had the setup and everything, the price targets over there, and it's easy. People are so easy. Look, he's a genius. No, I pulled a fib. And what you not even line up perfect. It was a 618 fib. I don't know what's going on with me. Mercury in retrograde. Maybe I did it from a different thing, but it still came out to be a 618 fib. Or I bet we did it this way. 2008. Anyway, however, we did. We had our little box there, and it came right to the bottom of the green box. Not bragging, that's just what happened. But it was a simple method that we did. It was just a matter of being patient enough to let it play out. That's all it was. And during the show, I was paying attention to some of the other ones, and I don't know. There's just some people they're just trying to chase it minute by minute to figure out what's going to happen, and you don't have to do that. And that's what I'm trying to show, is that if you can use some of these tools in certain ways, and the charts will talk to you and tell you what could happen. And, you know, you just say, is it will, or is it going to happen or not? Just like you're like, well, is Road Dawg going to show up for class tonight or not? Well, there ain't no thumbnail, so that's probably the biggest clue. So welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have you here, and where we just kind of chill and chart. Let me give you guys a shout out here. Literally, my wife came up and was, are you going to do a show tonight? It's almost 10:30. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I needed that sleep. I don't know. I think I've been out about 5 hours. Let me come over to the chat and say hello to you guys. There we go. Top chat. Let's change that. Joe Intuition and their viewers just joined. Say hello. Hey Joe viewers. How do you do this stuff? You guys are so much more savvy on YouTube and doing engagement and all that stuff than I am. I just want to come out here and do this. And besides doing it this way, doing a stream, even though they're not as popular, for some reason videos do better than streams. My viewership was growing very, very steadily 3 years ago when I started this, and I thought, I can get, I'd see myself getting, a lot more viewers than I got now. But when I was doing little coin videos and things like that, a lot of people like that. But when I started doing live streams, it just everything just dropped off as far as getting people. It's harder to get more views for live streams, and especially for ones that go for 2 hours. I would like to give them about an hour, but I blab too much, I guess. Anyway, we're having a boomer moment right now. Let me say hello to everybody. We got Ryan K, Strega, MG Motorsports. There's Glittery Marshmallow. And I eventually feel bad because I bet you were going to be there at that class, and that makes me feel bad. We'll get this. We'll get you straightened out. And you said you just completed catching up on them, and that's good. And maybe this will work out. Maybe this will work out better. There's Hoolan. There's Duality C. There's me owning my mistake. There's MG Motorsport. Happy day, no work, so I can catch a full show. Well, hopefully I can deliver on that show. Altcoins are just, the whole market's just on a Thursday. Word PC guy. It's Drake again. There's Joe. Remember, there's no KYC when it's faster than like. I like that. There's Sin. Bullish on Parade. Floki's Angels. I may be saying some names twice or not. Chris Knight says, it's all good, dog. It happens. It happens. You're here now, and that's all that matters. And I'm very grateful to be here. Man, I was off in dreamland. I had my alarm set on my phone, but I didn't have my phone with me. So now my phone battery is almost dead. All right, so I don't usually, well, I guess we do. I don't usually trade on here. We're on the 6-minute time frame. I have these time frames, the small ones, up because sometimes Bitcoin moves fast. Sometimes it moves like molasses. I monitor it here on the 6-minute, 5-minute, smaller time frame. But I always like to stress how important it is. You got to zoom out for your plans and how if you really want to get a view on the market, or else you'll just get lost and get down the rabbit hole, lost in Wonderland, in that deep forest. And here we are. And we got, looks kind of weird on here. I could probably tighten it up. There's our bottom trend line overall on the daily chart. And we do have a little space between it and where price action is. And we could, close up that space between it and price action at any time. And just always like to keep that on the back burner as an idea of what could be going on in our lives. And we got a higher high, and this is definitely would classify as a lower low over here, I must say. So the bigger picture things, and I keep trying to reiterate this because you got all kinds of things going on. But we are on a downward trend until we break it, and that's what we're hoping to do. Kind of level off, maybe this bottom, break it. We need to really get up above 100,000. We'll do it. If we can come up there, put in a little of a higher high, just a little bit. Make a higher low, and then I think that would be what we need to confirm our trend change, and that hey, we're okay. And we're long overdue for that, man. And it's starting to work on people, and it's definitely working on altcoins. And here we are. Tomorrow is Friday, leading into another weekend. And you cannot trust the weekends, and you can't trust what's going on Friday. You can't trust what's going on Monday, because it's going to try to re-bamboozle all the bamboozled people made from Fridays through the weekends to the Mondays. And the market just gets choppy. And on top of that, you got all this global, uncertainty going on, and tug of wars, and it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess on the regular side, and it's definitely a mess in crypto. And altcoins are just like, I don't know, man. They're just having a nervous breakdown right now. So you got triage going on the altcoins. It's a messed up world right now, but it's not horrible. But it's scary. It could get worse. And we definitely want to make sure that we make some sound decisions and not just do things spur of the moment or through our emotions, let them overwhelm us and make us make the wrong choices. But for local patterns, where I'm looking for it, normally, I'm always looking for channel ideas, because I do believe that price travels in channels. But until that channel reveals itself, if it needs to or whatever, or if you want to dig it out of the ground, drawing trend lines to where you got the most touches reveals, do that on both sides of those, and then you start revealing patterns, these little formations that happen, and those patterns, thanks to the work done by Thomas Bukowski, have more of an assigned probability to break to the upside or break to the downside. And they have, repeated things that kind of happen with some of these patterns that signify if it's going to do one of those things or other. So what we got here is technically a falling, broadening wedge. That's a lot to say, so I don't say it. I say megaphone pattern because that's the best thing that we got to it. A lot of other people say megaphone too, so that's what you would hear me call it, because... And that's even a big word too. Come on, guys. Come on, chart nerds. You can do better. shorter, smaller, catchier, kind of hippier names, dudes. Falling, broadening wedge formation. And I think I remember my mentor. I would get so confused. You know, you're trying to learn something, and then you got them calling, you know, this is a falling wedge, but then there are also the patterns that squeeze like this. Well, that's a falling wedge, and I'm like, well, what? You know, I mean, I came here for clarity, and now I'm getting confusion. What's going on? What is it? But technically, yeah, falling broadening. Anyway, oh my God, I'm starting to sound like one of those Elliott Wave people that just argue with themselves all day. I'm not talking about anyone in general, but I'm just thinking Elliott Wave just naturally makes you do that, I think. Even when I've tried to play with Elliott Wave, I'm like arguing with myself. I'm like, this is it. And there's too many voices in my head already arguing with each other. I don't need another one in there chiming named Elliott telling me what's going on, what may happen or could happen. But this could also, yeah, don't forget this. Now, if we look really tight, it could be. I'm like, listen, man, by the time you figure it out, the trade's gone. What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, here on the Daily for Bitcoin, we sideways. This is cool to me. This cloud, Ichimoku cloud, I always keep it on there. I think Tom Crown also uses the cloud. I learned about it when I used to do bots. And it was just kind of cool. They had this little magical strategy based on Ichimoku cloud theory, and that fascinated me because it was like one of those. That was the one strategy they didn't reveal from this bot company how it worked. It's proprietary, and I think it still is. But it was a proven winner in strategy. It was slow, but it was proven. You know, hey man, especially if you're a beginner, go with this strategy, you're good on this bot, and that was cool. So that led me into the mysteries of the Ichimoku cloud. I just use the cloud period itself, and it's a helper to me because when you're beneath the cloud, you know you're bearish. You are, and it's really just a shadow of price action. I mean, really, if you break it down for what it is, and maybe a few various tweaks about the width of it, how it comes out. But it's really, I mean, you think of it as just being a shadow. It's 26 candles ahead. And there's nothing special about it, but yet it's so helpful. But usually, what we see is that when it starts thickening up and not being thin like this, that means that the drop, the momentum for it, it's over. We could be finding ourselves inside that cloud soon. And if you think of it that way, it's like, well, that's not. That means no more down if that happens, right? Okay. So we like it thick and leveling out, and we like price heading toward it. So that's a good sign that I'm seeing on the daily. I'm taking it as a good sign. I like to see the red cloud come up. The other good sign we got is that we're trying to hold this 200 daily moving average. We haven't done it yet, but we've had such an impact that we got the 21 moving day average to at least come around, and it looks like it's trying to do a 180. But now we're in limbo. We are in limbo. We're just stuck betwixt them. We need this green one to cross over, follow price action, and then cross over that 20 or 200 day moving average, and then we would be, you know, that would be a nice confirmation, and we could see ourselves over here back 88, 90, hanging out there, not just flipping up there and coming back. We could see that be, you know, a little bit more solid of an idea. But right now, man, they're just, and here we are. Now think about this. This is what we got to think about. Tomorrow trading day is a Friday, and they're going to leave us in limbo. I've been saying this. I'll say this a lot. You'll hear me say this a lot. The market makers like to take retail onto the weekend and leave them at a place where you don't know. And I think they do that to fill us out and see what's going on, and let the whales play. I don't know. I think they're all tied in, whales, market makers, however, all that. You can't have one without the other, seems like. And they seem to be the big winners out there. They got something going on. But whales like to play their games on the weekend. It's just not trustworthy. But there will be one point in this market toward the end of the market where the weekend will be one of your favorite times to trade. It's like, that's where the money's made, baby. It's because it's when everybody that can trade, retail, is fully in this market. I think that's what they're waiting for. They're trying to peep out. They like to park you somewhere where it's neutral or scary. It can go either way on Monday. Is kind of how they want us to look at it, or a surprise Sunday night. And just see what retail does. That's my theory. And I think it's true. I think it's spot on. They're fishing. And like I said, toward the end of the cycle, man, it's like, because everybody's off work, trades, what you do on the weekends. You got more weekend traders, and there they are buying. That's when you start seeing the altcoins start going to those prices that you want to see out of it. And we're not there. We're nowhere near close to that. Altcoins have been a total freaking disappointment in the most cases. I mean, you had some clear winners, but they keep giving back their gains, and there's always a new damn altcoin coming out, especially meme coins, and not, just saturated market. So we're stuck in limbo, and here on the 4 hour, we're below the 200 moving average, and that means that we're bearish just by default. So what's good going on here? I see some good things. This is how my cloud works. So I look for those big red clouds, and we start getting into them. Now, there is a Ichimoku cloud strategy, and anytime that you're in the cloud, it's called no trading zone, because it's neutral, and it can be weird. It can get choppy in the cloud, but what it does is usually spits you out on the other side above a little green cloud. And we like to see this one all thin and spindly, and we don't want to see it thick because it'll suck us in. So it's like it confirms, hey man, here in the 4 hour, to pull all that jargon that I'm just spitting out right now, that this is a positive trend right now on the 4 hour. So we are making higher highs and higher lows. So we are on the smaller time frames. We've got a good positive trend going, which is the first steps that we need to confirm that the trend has changed. So I like what I'm seeing here. It's just taking its time. And again, they may screw us over or maybe they'll do something crazy, like they'll just drive us on up here to 97,000 over the weekend. And what if it turns out to be a bullishy, crazy weekend, got a lot of candle chasing, and then they come over and roll us over because we didn't go up high as we needed to. I don't know. But I think I want to go back to the daily and talk about this local pattern now. On the daily, if I do something like this as a local pattern, just remember that whatever bigger pattern we may be in is what I'm really looking at, and we can still come down here. But this is what we got, the megaphone pattern, and now we're in a little channel trying to break out of it. Usually what you'll find is that this will find a partial decline. Now this might count with this wick and how we came back down to this area. That might count. Usually you'll see a double bottom formation, or sometimes a head and shoulders reversal formation, because they happen at bottom reversals. That's where you want to look at them. You don't want to look at them at tops. That kind of defeats the purpose and all the written statistical guidelines for them, because they weren't intended to be put there. But hey man, I see lots of creative people out in this space. Trying to attach their names to a new way of looking at, or a twisted. It is twisted. It's twisted in the way that it was done. Twisted way of looking at things. Anyway, so getting above that 200 moving average on any time frame, especially today, that's imperative. We need to see that. Not yet got any confirmations like that, but there is a 72% chance that this will break to the upside, and eventually, basically, what you're looking for is to come back up to retest this point right over here, 109. That's when she got to do it. It's got that. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but if we're going to continue anywhere, unless we're going to be in a bear market, it's got to do it. If we're going to still be in a bull market and go higher, we got to go get above that last high. And so I like to, early in my shows, I want to keep throwing this idea out here. This is how I plan on doing it, because a lot of people don't have a plan, and at least this is better than not having a plan. If you don't really know, here's the game plan. In my opinion, we need to at least come up here to around 100,000, and then we look for a higher low, wherever that might be. We find that one starting to confirm. And there's different ways, and we follow here on the channel do that. That's when you want to make sure that you got a good position in the market. However, the biggest one, and it may take a while for this to play out, but you may get in this, at one point you'll be trying to chase and you'll say, I missed it, it's and you're going to make the wrong decisions. But I want to tell you right now, if that happens, it's okay. We're following this. You got to get up here. We have to do this. All right. And that's about 110,000. If we see the situation where, oh my God, I sold too soon. Oh no, I'm going to have to start whatever. It may just be coming back up, retesting trend higher than this. Get ready for the next higher low. That's the good one. That's going to be your last chance to pack your bags and take advantage for, those crazy runs that we're looking for to come. And I still believe it can come, because at one point, the supply demand, there's so much demand for Bitcoin right now. I mean, it's crazy, and it's not stopping. We have not seen the freaking short squeeze, the squeeze of the mother of all squeezes is a coming. It's a coming, and we want to be ready. But we can. I think when she makes a higher low, that one, and that could be months away, but. If you guys can just remember that and try not to chase. And speaking to you as much as I'm speaking to myself, because it's hard to remember these bigger ideas when you're caught in the moment and price is going up. Because it just seems, and no, I don't care. It just seems even to me, being in this game for as long as I have, every time it just feels like it can just keep on going. This is it, boys. We're always expecting that rocket ship. I mean, every week we come here hopeful. This is it. So there's a little voice inside of us that's saying, oh, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. Maybe there is in my head, and it's like, shut up. Shut up already. No, this is it. This might be it. It's definitely long overdue. But there's a lot of scenarios that are yet to play out. And one of the biggest things is, we do have this area of resistance. And so that's why it's important to get above this guy. But getting past any of these local highs, that's helpful. But we've got to zigzag our way up. That's the only thing that we can do. We got to start confirming higher highs and higher lows. And she seems to be dragging her butt about it. It's just very frustrating. So that's my takes on Bitcoin, and other than that, it's just choppy weekend. Blah. I don't think it's going to be. We'll probably be in a little range that they're going to try to take us for. Let's see, my best. That's cool. We cleared this area here. That's good. So maybe 83.6. We've played with that over the last few days. They maybe can take us back down to around 81,000. In a range. I would say that's very probable. Or maybe they will get us all psyched up with a weekend push. Maybe they like to do that on Sundays, if you notice, when they come back on Sunday. We'll just have to see how they're wanting to play their game. In my opinion, the weekend trading, since a lot of people aren't doing it, they don't have to do it either. Maybe you might just wait for those discount prices and nibble in. But what they like to do is get you chasing a run, and they've got enough that they can run things up on the weekend. Then you start chasing those things because number going up, and then they bring number back down right on you. Every time. That's how they get paid and make their money. And a lot of us, and I, if you're in the charts all the time and you're new to the game, or even if you've been in the game for a while, when you see numbers go up, you're like, I want to jump in. And maybe you're trading, or maybe you're, adding to your bag. But anyway, the buys come and then you get caught. And then unless you got unless you're playing it and know what you're doing and expecting, or got your targets there, you got your trades planned out. Unless you got some kind of plan, you're probably going to get caught up in it. And I'm just trying to think back to my, when I first started and how I was, and man, I wanted all of them, and I still do. It's such a bad habit of collecting coins and just getting wrapped up, and basically spot or whatever, holding and just not having a good grasp of what to do. Too many coins, just getting stuck riding a roller coaster and having more things than I can manage. And I can't say that my situation is much better. I've got too many coins I need to get. I want to focus more on these USA coins. I've got a list over there of coins I'm looking at, trying to shift more heavily into. Ladies and gentlemen, let's come down to the chat here, because I'm chasing squirrels over here. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Hey, there's Haven. $5 super chat. Thank you, Haven. So Liza, it's a young micro, 15 minutes is what I trade, but I should probably look at the 4-hour. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Let me make sure. Okay, I was just seeing if I missed any more there. And my clappy clap buttons are not working. I swear. This would be a good place for a show, or this would be a good reason to have a stream deck. Are you working now? Hey, it works. Cool. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Let's go ahead and do that real quick, then we'll come back to the chat here. Ave Medina, thank you, my man. Can I have the side salad and the medium rare, please? I had a steak today. We were and some chicken, putting it out on the grill today. Broke the grill out today. Okay, let me see. It was Saliza. I was trying to see. Do I have deck screener up? I don't think I even have it anymore, do I? Well, I don't need that window. What's this window? That's news. Give me just a second here. Can't see with the microphone in my way. Is it deck screener or deck tools though? I don't think it really matters. So Saliza. Oh wow, look at that. I gotta wonder how you find all these coins that you trade. Haven actually he knocks it out of the park with this stuff. That's a good sign to me. Well, this is the 4-hour. That's good. Yeah. That's kind of steep, but that could happen. You want to actually just touch candle bodies to candle bodies. Bring her down to earth a little bit, but... Well, I guess we're trying to look at a good place to sell. That's what I would be doing here. Let's project her out. Oh, yeah, cool. See, I don't have this one set up with my extensions, so what I'll do is I'll take the measurement, and if I have my fib up there, I can make sure that it squares out, but it usually does. And we might be even able, it might be a possibility to project win. I don't know. Let's try this idea. I'm just throwing this out there. It could happen. It could. I'm not saying that it will, but this is one projection method that's used, and sometimes it hits. Most of the time, it doesn't. 21st of March for 4 o'clock. Is this UTC 4? So that'd be 4 o'clock Eastern, my time. The 21st. That would be tomorrow? Maybe? I don't know. Probably come back and, oh, you think like dark. But it's suggesting well, no, you went over. 8 o'clock. Say 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. We're on the 4-hour time frame. Somewhere between 4 and 8. It suggests maybe tomorrow I might get a pump up here. And what is that? That's at 0.0095 area. All right, let's get a few other targets here. I mean, if you're wanting the nice little higher targets, and I'm assuming you would, why play around? Let's go get it. All these targets right here have a good chance to hit for that little higher high. So we're putting in 0.008267. I fully expect there to be a reaction there, and it may, if it's bullish, it'll bounce down, and then she'll come back, and then she'll head to the other one, 0.00877. Same thing there, but this one, that one should be the top reversal point. Any of these can be, but this one is the one I'm really looking for. But yeah, these are great prices to take profit, in my personal opinion. And for those of you guys that don't understand what I do is that I'm trying to identify pivot points. My strategy is all about pivot points and trying to get good entries at those pivot points or exits at those pivot points. Put it in my game plan. And rather than trying to figure out, if price is too far away from a moving average, which is very subjective, how does that work? How do you, I mean, I've heard that for an explanation, but I mean, and I understand you can look at it and say, oh, it is concerning when price is away from a moving average because that is, but how do you know that that's the point to sell? Or is this just because it's there? Is it on this time frame? I mean, I don't see how that's an enlightening way to explain how to, when you get out. What I do think explains it is trend lines. They are really good to tell you when to get out and when to watch it for when to get out, because when they start getting broken, you have some ideas. And another one are pivot points. And you can, if you got price history, you can look back and see the areas that it is caught before support resistance. But if you don't have price history, then that's when you get into this little mystical science of Fibonacci, and I likes it. And so from where we are here to up there, my goodness, look, that's a 93% move. I mean, you already got 2x potential here up to 126. You're making me want to go to the casino. You're making me want to go play the casino. Because my altcoins ain't about to do a 2x overnight. My goodness. So there's the appeal, and if you know what coins and what, I mean, the TA is good. Higher highs and higher lows. Can't say anything bad about it. Bounce off of a 618 Fibonacci. This one's wanting to do something. This one near trend line. It's a good, this is one I like to try to find an entry. Come down to a smaller time frame, try to figure this little guy out on the 15 minute. And anywhere between here, 0.00, what is it? 0.00378 to 0.004. You're at half a penny, basically. Anywhere under half a penny. As we kind of play through here, maybe through this weekend or whatever. I don't know. This one, well, we're saying that it might even be pumped up tomorrow, right? It's got a little rounding going on here. That's usually pretty good. But if she loses this trend line for any reason, everything that I've just said is out the window if it goes lower than here anyway. So that's what I see. And this is the 15-minute chart. We'll take a picture of this and put it over into the Telegram group there. My people in chart room and chart school, if you've got any question that you were planning to ask me, ask it. And if you're here, ask it. I want to address it. Whatever that is. Let me say it again. If you were supposed to have been in chart school tonight, which didn't happen because I was asleep. But if you had a question that you wanted to ask me or something, if you can, I mean, feel free to ask it, and I want to try to break it down for you or help you out. Because that's what that stream's supposed to be for. Anyway, right here, this is what I'm looking for. Oh, what's that? That's not it. I'm going to take a poll tonight, if I can remember to. I've got to know if you guys are experiencing lots of weird stuff going on with your computers or legal actions, being, contracts and all kinds of things pop up during this point in the game. It's just crazy. What Mercury? I'm a believer in Mercury in retrograde because it keeps slapping my bam! It just slaps me up the side of the head every time. I'm gonna take a poll. Anyway, but first I've got to get this chart pasted over here. There we go. Now we got it. All right, so this is C. Liza. Hey, that sounds better. My microphone, and I can see. It's not in my way. Now, I believe this is a 15-minute chart. We planned, it doesn't matter when it goes to fib, what time frame that you use. So that way we put it over there, and then you can just, it got a record of it, and what did they say? There's a place where you can go look and see. So that's cool. I like to use the group for that. All right, so I got to know as soon as I can find the chat again. Where you guys keep going off? I'm looking around. You guys are just wandering around everywhere. What's going on? You guys are talking a lot over here. I'll get to that. Okay? Ryan K's got a question. Let me do this. I want to know if you're having problems with electronics, computers, phones, surprise legal stuff that falls into it, contracts. It's supposed to be one of the worst times to do any kind of agreements or contracts. Commerce, weird commerce stuff, anything in commerce. What else? Come on, Mercury, come on, jog my brain. What else are you over? Money. Commerce and it would be going into banking and business even. Oh, my question's too long. Let's just do that. I'm just curious. It doesn't have to go into banking, but it can. Commerce, anything in commerce and business. So the thing is, if you don't know what Mercury in retrograde, it's like the Doppler effect or whatever at some point when our planets are doing their trajectory around the sun. But at some point, from a visual perspective, from where we are on the planet, the way that it's going, it looks like Mercury is traveling backwards when it's not. It's really just how everything's moving around. But from one perspective, it looks like it's moving backwards, and it's called retrograde. And but there's a lot of us that believe that it has an effect on, kind of like the moon has an effect on us, with the water, however you want to say it, zoom, weird science, or there's something there that we just haven't yet discovered. We're not the geniuses that we think we are. We're always saying, well, we thought it was this, but then we learned this. Well, go figure. But the moon usually full moons have an effect on people. But this Mercury in retrograde thing, and there's something to that, I believe. And it's not a good time to make any big decisions whatsoever. It's just like Mercury was a trickster. and that's kind of what it feels like. I mean, you have to, if you're feeling frustrated, you have to keep going through, you know, oh man, I got to verify myself on Google. Oh man, CAPTCHAs. Are you getting lots of CAPTCHAs? Yeah, CAPTCHAs every time you turn around to log into the website, or your internet keeps going out. Can't connect. I mean, all these things are hanging. Your software programs are hanging up. All that stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see. We've already got answers. Oh my gosh. 86% of you guys are saying yes. I know I'm not crazy. No, I'm not crazy. That stuff is going on. And we got something. Say a year. Was it a year or 2 years ago? This is a couple years ago. Maybe a year ago. My wife was wanting this shed built. So we wanted a storage shed and / greenhouse. And so we found a design and everything and went with it, and they came out and built it, but it kept leaking. But the whole thing was, I was like telling her, I said, you're doing this when Mercury is retrograde. I was like, you're going to regret this. You're not going to like this. I'm like, I'm just saying. Well, we got to do it now because she wanted that greenhouse. All right. Well, that thing's just way too hot for what she's trying to do. It just has not been working out whatsoever. Thing's been leaking. My inside, I can't use it for. I was going to use it for a mining. I was going to put miners out there, and get a little, hobby mining thing going again. And it's just and the people are good and everything. It's just the weird thing is now they're going to come back and fix it while Mercury's in retrograde, or that's what they're agreeing to do. They're going to tear it all down and redo it. But I'm like, well, please do it after April 7th. So supposedly after April 7th, this stuff will kind of ease out. 90%. Wow, it jumped up. So, okay. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, I think I will end that poll there. 10 votes. Okay, so 9 out of 10 people. Well, that's pretty impressive. I don't really think I need to end it. I just want it out of the way. Let me come through and make sure that I'm not missing anything. There's pointy point. Is it my microphone? Sean, to a pillow to Road Dawg to smother him. Road Dawg grabbed the pillow and put it under his head and continued to sleep. Man, I was out. I think, and I've been tired. Those day streams. I've noticed when I do those little day streams, it seems to take a lot out of me for some reason. I guess, I don't know. Okay, so here we go. Chris Klein, thank you very much. Haven says, who picks a fight with a giant Indian? Always one love T.I. Sometimes I can't always get context of these things, especially when I'm way behind here. This is back at the beginning of the show here. Okay, that was what I was explaining about sleeping. And there we go. There's Haven's super chat. Thank you for that, my man. And Saliza. So we did that, and then I copied that. 15 minutes. What I trade? Probably look at the 4 hour. Well, it's not. Yeah, we'll look at both of them. Haven, I think, he's a lot more skilled than I thought he was when he was first watching the show. I think Haven's got his stuff down from what I picked up on him, what he said. Trevor, that's okay. Let's see what else we got here. Ryan K says, I'm often confused. This has been like learning a new language. Yeah, learning TA. It can feel that way. It can. But the more I dive in the deep ends, easier to tread water. Yeah, it does work that way. It comes slow. That's why I say just, take it easy. Don't let it stress you. Hopefully I'll swim soon without the floaties. The thing it was, when you get an opportunity to learn it, you want to learn it and put it into place. You want to make money quick, right? That's the way it was. That's the biggest complaint that I used to hear back in the trading group days and things like that. The people come in, and the biggest complaint that the guy with the trading group would have is that nobody watched his videos. Well, they were kind of dry for one thing, but this whole subject is, until you apply it, then it gets to be kind of fun. It's like a big puzzle you're trying to solve. You're trying to solve a mystery. I don't know. You can look at it so many different ways. But that was the biggest complaint, that that everybody wants to jump in and make profits quick, and it takes time to absorb these ideas. And I wouldn't stress about it. I gotta get this down by Friday. It just comes as you do it. Enjoy the ride, my friend. We will try to. We can navigate these waters together. Thank you, Ave. He does a really good job at doing all that stuff. 20,000, 20K candle. Can I have the side salad and the medium rare, please? Yeah. Reese John says, "What's up, Road Dawg? Looks like the market's dropping again. Do you think XRP will visit under $2? Sorry, I know I ask a lot about XRP. I'm trying to get a position back into it. I'm going to come back to the chat, but let's go over that. I saw a question from you, I think I was asking for questions from you guys in chart school, so I'm giving some time for any of those to collect there. And I will get to them if it is. Okay, so we had a trade set up here. I don't know when I put this out, or this was an idea. The idea was to actually look for a breakout and then get in with the stop loss here. So you're wanting to know if it's going to go around $2, if I remember you're asking. I don't know that she will come back down this low. I don't see a reason for it to do. If it does, it's not a good sign. You really don't want it to come down here because it breaks a trend line. Let me zoom out. And let's get rid of any other, or maybe I'll use a different XRP chart. I don't want to get rid of this one yet. How about Coinbase? So here's a situation. If it comes back to $2, you would be printing a possible top pattern, and that would not be the point. If that's what's going on, this $2 was not the place that you want to buy. That's the place that you would be probably wanting to exit to save your ass from coming back down to $1 something. So I know we don't really want it to go there, because it could confirm a pattern like that. Here on the daily, I see some bearish signs here. She's in a little bit iffy. They had this thing went on. I don't know. Was this an announcement or something? Whatever happened here. There was something in crypto. We thought it was good, and then whatever. They just played us. A lot of charts, a lot of coins pumped up, and then immediately gave it back. I think that was a weekend, right? Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, I remember that. Was that the Trump thing? It was back in March. This is March. Oh, jeez. We're on a boomer moment. Anyway, the good news we got is the bigger moving averages. I mean, they're strong. The momentum's still there, but we've lost some of momentum. We have. But we're getting rejected off of this 100 moving average, and then the other moving averages have crossed bearishly. And that's something we just got to look at. Now, it could just be choppy weather. Now, the smaller moving averages, remember, I'm on a bigger time frame, so this means something. This is a good sign, and so this is about 236, where the 9's crossing the 21. And when I zoom in, this is really kind of what I see, that we're just ranging right through here at the moment. So let me take a look and see what we've got going on locally. So we could be getting ready for a breakout, or at least trying to regain that. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a successful one, and it'll probably just come up and range a little higher levels, kind of what I'm anticipating. But if you look at this idea, I mean, it's in the channel, a downward trend, lower lows. But we started making some higher lows here compared to this one, lost it. Chances are, my personal opinion is that she'll try to come up here and get about $3, and it needs to. That needs to be its higher high and then higher lows. So that's what I see. But the biggest thing that I think is worth watching is that we lost this trend line, so no bueno. That's what got us in trouble. And then we're trying to establish it here. We're trying to find its new channel, which let's just cut to the chase. I mean, a lot of times we'll see that it follows the angles we got here. So let me just take this one out. If that be true, then we got a chance. We need this to happen. Let me put these in white. Make this idea stand out better. So we need to reclaim this red trend line. We don't need to break it. Make sure I got you nailed in there. Do this on the daily is a good place to do this. Touches the wick. We do have a little bit of wiggle room. Let me see if I can dial you in there. And then under candle body. So we're trying to stay within here, and that's good. So I like that idea. I think we're getting ready to break out. I'm hoping. And that, I don't think it's going to be the greatest breakout, but we'll probably come into this little sector here and start playing around here. So I don't see us coming down here just yet. It could happen, but I'm not seeing the signs on the even on the smaller time frames yet. Let's go to those real quick and see how we're reacting to all this mishmash that I just put up there. 800 moving average. That's a good. Usually you have good bounces when you bounce off of that. Just needs to take 800, 600, 300. Those moving averages are still in order. They haven't crossed bearishly, so that gives us a chance that we can still go with that momentum and start reclaiming these areas. We're doing what we need to do. Be above the red cloud, above the 4-hour 200 moving average. So those are the signs that I'm not yet seeing any danger coming down to $2 just yet. What I would see is a breakout, and then we'll probably retest this area. It looks like this is going to be the area. So you're worried about missing out on not getting back in. You probably took profits, and you're wanting to find a good place to get in. Well, it's going to make you feel like FOMOing in. But one thing that I want to drive home is that, once they confirm the change of trend, it will have to come up here, make a higher high, and you'll probably see something like this happen. You target the next higher low, which will probably come up here. It'll probably be maybe 20 cents higher than what it is now. But when it does confirm, that's when you want to get in my personal opinion. And then I'm going by WD Gann. That's one of his prime rules on the best time to enter a trade. That's what came out of. That's what he typed or had written in his literature. And if you can get into the mindset, I don't have to chase. I just gotta wait wait for that next low, because there are always those lows coming. We just don't ever want to see it. Don't ever want to think about it when price is in the middle going away, because you're like, oh man, I'd be up so much. But would you be taking profits if you were? That's a good question, because a lot of times we don't end up taking profits like we need to be when we're up there. But we chase them on the way up, though, right? Those are the habits we gotta get out of. So, I mean, whether you nibble in now or however you structure getting in, that's up to you. But I see more of a probability that it will do something like that and then come down to 2. That's just my take. But then again, there's some people that they're supposed to have a good grasp of the market in a way that I don't think they're TA, but I've heard of people shorting, trying to short XRP. I don't see that being successful at the moment. Let's see, our poll is still going, so 80, almost 80-20 right now. Haven Peck says this is a voice activated AI launchpad, by the way. Hey, okay, that's cool to know. The C Liza. Says, thank you so much for this TA. I know it's not traditional. Well, it doesn't have to be. I'm cool at looking at anything. I just like looking at the chart. But I know for a fact that you rock that. You rock Solana, dude. Yeah, you got some good stuff going on, or however you're looking at the market and stuff. You've got onto something there that's working for you. Christian says Fartcoin is a good one to trade. A lot of people seem to think that. And if you're trading, you know, you want that volatility. And that's the thing, you know, all these coins, it's almost like some of them have personalities, unless it's the rug type. The rug type don't really have any personality at all, but a lot of these coins, you get used to how they move, and it can be good. It is recommended to find a favorite coin just to trade and get used to it. Mine seems to be Bitcoin because I look at it all the time, what I feel most comfortable with. But when I did used to trade just mostly altcoins, you know, I noticed that about them. They get a kind of a, it's like they have a personality in a way. MG Motor says, auction please, Road Dawg. My chat disappeared. I got that one written down. Oh, we might take a look at Fartcoin. All right, Glitter Marshmallow says, I do not understand where to get a measured move level. Well, now Thomas Bukowski on thepatternstock.com, he goes over that a lot and tells you how to take it. But let's see if we can get. This one's got a lot of stuff going on there. Let's take auction, and we will. What the hell? What the hell? What did we run in on? Well, clearly we're headed. This is why we have these targets there, in case we get something crazy like this going on. Look at you! Oh my gosh! Well, let's declutter all this. $25 got hit, $29 got hit, $34 got hit. Is 53 and 58 coming? Actually, I gotta tweak it. We're now looking at 54 and 60. And she's coming right back up to retest the high, because it's got to do that, right? It needs to go higher. I don't think I'm going to be able to address your measure move one on this one, but I'm going to answer that for you. Or we'll go over measure moves. Okay, let me see. Is that one going to work? We'll get an intermediate target here. Let me do some calculations. Or see where. Okay, nailed it. Oh, beautiful. I'm throwing you on there. My thing is not telling me that this one is destined to, to be the best one to hit, but she's going to be a hiccup area, and that would be a good little next target to try to go with, just to try to get paid. 49.88, but the real ones I'm looking for. Wow. 54 and what are you now? About $60. Man, that is a come up from where it was down here. Let's say about $15. Sorry, 3x'd. Wow. That would have been definitely one to be in, and your boy was not in that one. That's a nice little bear trap. Pretty cool. Let's put this over in the group here.
Oh, bleep with the bleepy bleep bleep. Mother bleeping money, bleeping gone. What do I do now? What do I do now? Because
Blinking in and out. All right, so maybe we find something here on Bitcoin. Well, hell no. All right, Bitcoin is. We're gonna look at that. Trying to do a rounded bottom. Very much. Okay, so measured moves. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Well, now first, I'd recommend you to, kind of get a concept of them in a channel. Thinking of price covering, going with channels, looking for, your touches. Ideally, the rule of thumb is candle bodies, but sometimes you mix it up between wicks and bodies so you get your touches, get your idea in there. So the first concept is just to show you the way I do this based on what I've learned from Thomas Bukowski. And for channels, just come straight down. Just come straight down. And now the rule for a measure move, and that's just for channel. And they give you a good area to take profit and a good place where price goes. And they're very effective. And sometimes they nail it, and sometimes it's just the ballpark. Sometimes price goes beyond it, and it can be subjective again as to how well that you narrow in and do your measure move. But you go with your time frame that you find your pattern on. So for this one, this is the easiest concept. The rule is you put it at breakout. Wherever price breaks out, that's where you go, and then that would be where you put your measure move. Now you see here that we just went on. It's because we can have a bigger concept, bigger idea going on here, but that's how you would just take one from a standard channel. And now you could also saw this as something more of a, the broadening wedge megaphone. That's totally doable too. Would you have gotten a different measure move here? Yeah. You'd be more like taking the width here or even here. Wherever you got your touch there, and just go straight up. And there's technically several different ways you could do that. Seriously, you could do that from any one to get, if you wanted more of a conservative measure move, you take it from a smaller place like that. I've seen people take them from over here. So, I'm just throwing, that's true. You can. That measure move, you put it at the same breakout, would give you a little bit of a higher target. Right over here. And some would even argue that you might be able to take one from over here. Now we're getting into spaceman territory. We're getting away from Thomas Bukowski, okay? So, but I'm just throwing some other ideas at you. And could that would have got right up to that wick? So there's something to think about. Well, there's an idea to think about because it nailed it. Will it do that? Will it be that fortunate all the time? No, that's just. It worked out good here. But just so you can play with those ideas. They're not all written in stone. I want to throw that out there. But the biggest thing is just to be consistent with how you take your measure. What I do see is a lot of people taking the measure move, or the teachers that I see out there, and then they're not respecting the measure. They're just throwing it wherever where they think it's likely to go a lot of times. So I find that unfortunate. So that would be one idea to do here for this particular pattern. It's a variation of channels. I think that's a good one to go over. Now for the other guys, like I think you were looking at an inverted head and shoulder idea. Who's got one of those? Total 3 had a nice one. Or one that could work. There was one that. Maybe it was this one. thought we had one on a smaller time frame that was really cool. Well, let me go over a couple. Let me go over. Well, here we are at one. I'm very picky on the head and shoulders, and a lot of people would be, look, shoulder, head and shoulder to the upside. That one, no, I'm not sure. Or any variation. You can squint your eyes and you can see lots of things which has the shape of one. You know, you got that, you got something lower, and then you got something higher. And in my opinion, that does not head and shoulder always make. There's some other stuff to look at there. And usually when I see that, I'm looking at something else over here, right? And seeing a breakout and seeing something different. So maybe I should draw one. So if you had an inverted head and shoulder, and we'll just say that we're kind of looking at something going on here. You know, you usually got price action doing something like this, right? And price would be coming down into it. And the important thing, and it's usually, they're usually horizontal. They don't have to be, but if they start slanting, then they start, you get some different results here. If they're downward slant, they work out better. If they're upward slant, they don't work out as well. You got to start zooming out. Here's your inverted head and shoulder. All right, so I'm okay. The measure move, you take the width, but then you put it at the breakout, so they go to the breakout, and that's how it works. Now, a lot of people looking for head and shoulders everywhere. I want to run this by you and come back to the triangle theory and just make your basic shapes. A lot of times you'll see people do this, and ascending triangle. Yeah, you can look at it that way. Those guys have a 63% chance to break up, but they're continuation patterns. So this is basically about 63% chance to go in whatever direction that they, come in from. That's when that's something you can do. But also this little pattern guy right here, 64% chance. So you're about the same statistics either way. And the inverted head and shoulders also 64. You see, all these things overlap. But whether you're sure about what you got on some of these patterns, a lot of times when you zoom out, they're going to be a channel or a triangle, for real. And then those are a little bit easier to navigate, in my personal opinion. Just throwing some ideas, but that's a common one to look for. Let me see if I can. If you got any specific patterns, probably the most confusing ones are flags. This one was a wild one, and a lot of people would probably say shoulder, head and shoulder, but technically it was something a little bit more sinister. Triple top, and there's no solid neckline for a head and shoulders here, even though it's got the shape. It technically wasn't one, and it'd be kind of weird. You'd be trying, how do you, but here it was. The triple top, and what you do is you go from the top to the bottom there. That's your measure move. If you want to take it sideways or just line it however you want to do it, you're just measuring from top to bottom there, and it goes from, and it's basically this, and you can look at it, even that as being in a channel. I know it sounds weird, but that link, basically that's what it does for the measure move. You put it underneath the lowest value to get your measure move. It didn't go there. Yeah, it did. Yep, she did. She went there, well, at least 3 times. But a lot of time, it'd take a long time to see that one play out, but it did. This one is I'm getting all new respect for this triple tops and how they work. most of them, most of your pads, like a head and shoulder, if it's a head and shoulder, just probably come down and just nail that target and be along this merry way and do something else. These guys I'm finding, they're like an owl at midnight or something. They're forewarning something. I think they're you better do something. It's what I've seen from them so far. I think that's interesting. Let me see if I can. Thank you. I got measured moves down. Oh, you got them down now. So I did not understand. You could take them anywhere in the channel. Yeah, you definitely can. Cool. They're not that complicated. They're good. They're a 1-to-1 move, really. And you can apply that in Fib. When we start applying that with Fibonacci, that's when Fibonacci will start opening up for you a lot. All right, so cool. Let's come back to the chat then. So we did auction. I think we did that right. Ryan K says, here's your question. I'm sorry if I missed this. Thank you for your super chat. I know we're still on Fibs in school, but can you show us your Ichimoku Cloud settings? Yeah, I sure can. I just stripped them down. That's all I did. There's no special. I've got no special. I just actually it did an update, and I did it on stream today, or maybe it was last. I don't know. It was recently, and I just I just unclicked all those boxes and just turned up the cloud. That's all I did. I'm just taking out everything else. They've got their own strategy, and it's kind of like moving averages. And tin can and I don't know. You got all these other little things. It's really cool. And people use it, but I've got my moving average strategy that I use. So if I use them together, man, you talk about a weird rainbow spaghetti chart looking thing. It's too much on my charts, and it's cool. But I do, the moving average strategy I got it's bitching enough. So I just take a little bit of both. I just strip it down and use the cloud. But it gives me peace of mind, man. There's some times that cloud, like right now, look, we're technically bullish right here on this time frame on the cloud, and I'm like, I don't know. It's just like let you breathe deeper. It's just a confirmation, like, yeah, brother, it's okay. Or remember this. Remember you're bearish. Remember you're bullish. But what I like is just that consistency where if you get up to, if you're bearish and you see that red cloud and it starts thickening up, you got a chance that it'll suck you into it, and that the trend's starting to change. And when you're too close to it thick, then you got to start looking out. So we're not cleared yet, but we could be. More when price is leading into it, like you're riding up. This is what you want to see right here with the cloud. Exactly what you want to see is where you're just riding above a thin green cloud. That's what we want. That's bull run. That's a number. Go up. We doing good. Riding above the 9-moving average. This is perfect to show how my strategy or the tools indicators what I'm looking for. With your moving averages, you've always got retested. You break the 9, test the 21. Deeper retracements, you're bouncing off the 50. And that's what you want to look for from every time frame. And when you start getting deviations from that, well, that's when all the noise, that's when all the bad stuff starts happening. That's when you got to decide, well, this is probably over. So for trend line, and so this is how well it works with my Ichimoku, my trend line strategy, or my moving average strategy and the Ichimoku cloud. And so I can monitor it and say, yeah, but when it starts thickening up or when price starts getting close to it, that's when it happens. It'll suck you in and spit you out the other side. We went chop. And back here, everything was telling us that the trend was over here for total 3 back in December. Gosh. What the hell, Road Dawg? What the hell? Clearly, I have got to tighten up on my game on falling total 3. So, this is a great reason also to watch total 3 when it comes to altcoins, because this tells us when to get the hell out of the market or take profits. And I gotta say, I didn't do no good in December. On my execution part, but it was here. It was definitely here. So trendline strategies added to that. And that was the good one to change. And the thing is, when you break trend lines, do something or think about, make sure you got a plan. Taking profits, getting all out, whatever it is, just set and stop loss, something, that things are ideas. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people kind of fade total 3 and say, I don't need to see that because I can see what's happening with my coin, but no, I mean, it's the general feeling of the market for them all together. You get this is where the momentum's at. It represents the momentum of altcoins across the board. And total 2 and total 3 and then others, whichever one of those that speak to you. Where was others? It was on here. That one represents it's a good representation of them too. Anyway, let me come back to the chat. Let's get back on topic or whatever we're looking for. Fibs, please. Oh, you mean for the measure moves? That one. I'm now. I did go over it a little bit in those. I'm reserving those for the chart schools. That'll get us started and get us down that long ass rabbit hole here. And I do want to save a little special sauce for you guys that are supporting the channel that way. Haven, you said there was a did you say voice activated AI launchpad? That sounds very interesting. River says Tau. I like Tau. Take a look. Got it written down there. Chris M says, when you draw your trends, do you take in consideration the wicks or do you go for actual candlestick? My general rule is to go for the candlestick, the body. Sometimes, just depend, especially when the trend's just starting out, you got to be a little flexible. And sometimes and it will vary from time frame to time frame because all those wicks are actually a big fat candle on some time frame. So you got to consider those ideas. Like for instance here, this one happens to be lining up with wicks to more of the bodies. But you want to look for the most touches on the bodies. That's the general rule. And sometimes you might find it starting at a wick. Usually a lot of times I'm also going for. Now I'm looking for candle bodies, especially if I'm going from a bottom pivot point to another pivot point. Then I definitely look for bodies. If I'm going for following an actual trend like this, which is where I get the most touches, that will give you the angle. And if you follow me, I'm very big on angle, and I'll show you ways that can help you be predictive of, help you see what might happen in the future a little bit more accurately than not doing it that way. And it just identifies things out. Gann was big on angles, and he could nail price and time. But here in this situation, I would be going from the bottom to another bottom. I'm focusing mostly on those bodies, and those help me get the right angle. And you see that it lines up a little bit better. Not exactly perfect in every situation, and it's probably my fault. Let me go right underneath that candle body and give it another try there. I wouldn't fade the angles. And then that they can be helpful in a lot of different applications, but generally that's what I do. And another thing, when you get the angle and it starts flirting, you got the angle, and usually you'll find that if it'll respect it to the wicks too, like this wick to that wick touch, respecting that same angle. But so as a general rule, bodies to bodies, but you be flexible. But it's where you got the most touches that is the most important. That's where the strength for the whole trend is. Hope that answered that question. Haven says, I'm just waiting for my algo to start trying to sell me turkey clothes. All right, let's think. Auction's going nuts. Made some nice coin over the past few days. Yeah, that one looked awesome. Kicking myself for not being in it. Caliphan says, what's with the poll? We're talking about Mercury in retrograde. Now it's starting to level out a little bit. Now it's about 60-40. Usually, when Mercury goes in retrograde, it happens about 4 times a year. and it happens for about 3 weeks, I think. It started, I can't remember, March 14th, something like that. It's going to April 7th. And I explained it. It looks from Earth. It looks like the appearance looks like Mercury's traveling backwards in the sky, but it just has an effect over things. Supposedly, Mercury rules over, like commerce, electronics, and I've gotten so many captures, so many all these little things just go on that makes things frustrating to use electronics. Is one of the biggest things that I think people would identify with. Internet cutting out, all these little things, but it's also not a good time to sign contracts or go into make any kind of major business decisions or any kind of big decisions, commerce related. So that's what the poll's related to. If anybody had any experience like that, legal actions can fall into that too. It's kind of weird. Okay, Glitter got the measured moves, and Tao was a request. Thoughts on X Empire coin? Okay, I got you there. Let me knock out Tao, since I was talking about that earlier and didn't get around to it. I want to be leading. Oh man, you're never going to get to it. Let's go to next C here, and then I'll go right to super chat. Then answer me. Thank you for the super chat. So here on the daily for Tao, where are we at? Where are you, Tao? Below the 200. She's cheaper at 240 right now, huh? I got a lot of noise here, but all this stuff seems to still be in order. So, in my personal opinion, it's a good place to add to your bags. Now we're in bottom territory here, and either you want to look at this as a giant MS pattern. It's going to take us down back below zero. I don't see it as that, but we do have this. We had this kind of trend going on, and we lost it. And that's concerning. That sucks. Looks like we wicked down here. It's not looking. We need a lot more strength to happen, definitely. But this is going to be resistance up here about 335, 3 in that area. That's what the charts are definitely telling me. I believe this one will recover. I'm hoping it will. I've got a bag of it that I've got staking, and I have had it staking. And I've got a little spot margin play, and it definitely is little now at the moment. Hopefully I can grow it back. I think we should be. We already pulled out of the fibs. This is what I'm looking at. That's a wild triple bottom. So where we are, this purple line is our 886. That is our deep ass retracement. We're respecting that. So it's usually we got to build up momentum to recover from these most of the time. But that's cool, and that can lead us back eventually to these areas over here. $500-600. Actually, I would expect it to be somewhere around 700 by the fib that we'll pull from here. But she just 338. We're going to have to see a slow recovery from this one until she starts recovering from that. But when we do get past 338, that'll be the sign that we're looking for. We like this. There's a good chance that this is our bottom and bottom is ends. That's a good chance that that's happened. Just kind of be patient with this one. But I think she'll be worth the payout. Road Dawg getting sleepy. Stricker says Road Dawg is still asleep. We just part of his dream. I think you might be right. What was it? It was thoughts on X Empire coin. I'm not even familiar with this one at all. Why am I so sleepy? Where are you? Yeah, here we go. Let's find out something about X Empire. Market cap's 96 million. A little small market cap. So cool. This one's got a maximum supply of 690 billion. It's got that many billion and it's at 0.00014. That kind of makes me think it's at that many out there. Well, they have not. There's a very small amount of that released right now. Is that what it is? I just don't know why they have to put so many tokens out. X Empire token surges 400% following exchange listing. What is this? I don't know if this is old news, new news. Look at that. What's going on over here? Get me. I'm so sorry. All-time low was November 5 months ago, and it's up 300% from that. That's cool. All-time high is 4 months ago, and it's down 75% from that. It may be in a good spot. What are you? A system based on $X, uniting millions of people worldwide. Is this related to X, the app? I don't. Or are we trying to lock into that narrative? What is an X holder? Anyone whose X balance has been zero for the past 30 days. I've been above zero for the past 30 days. The higher balance you hold over 30 days, the bigger your bonus. Unique Telegram apps powered by. Yeah, why are we going with X and using Telegram? I've got some questions about it. Sounds good for what is it? I don't even know what you do yet. Don't even know what you do yet. So I have to come to these coins a little skeptical and just look. I'm not trying to rail them, but what is it? Sounds like a way. Well, if you hold the tokens, you'll get more tokens. So put them up and don't spend them, okay? Don't sell them. I don't know. I'm just wondering. It could be totally off. Let's go back over here. We go back there. You got a Telegram. You got an X. What does your X thing look like? Build your own empire. Thank you for clearing it up for me, because I was wondering what this coin did. It's a coin that lets you build your own empire. Zoo listing. Clearly I'm missing something. I don't know. X Empire, Happy New Year. And Christmas. Well, they've just been busy little visas, and then having look at all these informative posts since I don't know. I have to take a look at it. I have to be very skeptical at theme coins, but we'll take a look at the chart. The chart says it all. So X Empire, and you are on. We can find a chart for it. Okay. So my thoughts on it, I think they got too damn many coins, and I can't see how that's possibly going to make multiples and multiples, depending on their unlock schedule and stuff like that. You have to look into that one. But I don't see anything there that just makes me think this is going to be the next winner. That's just my personal opinion. It doesn't have to be yours. Because I've been wrong and can be wrong again. So let's look at the chart. You can't argue with the bump to the upside, so hey man. You think, Road Dawg, you can't recognize a good project during the freeway. I can recognize a pump when I see one. So candle bodies. Ooh, she had a steep ass thing. I'd want to take into account of this. So she had a lackluster breakout and nothing happened. She just went even further down. And then all of a sudden, everybody just said, this is the greatest coin ever. I want to put all my money into it. Looks a little suspect to me, though, to be honest with you. It looks like it's probably one of them VC games. So big money, bigger money be moving this to eventually hype people, get the people chasing it. And then that's how you become a crypto millionaire. You're dumping on people. I mean, those ideas you got liquidity to sell to, right? So that you got to be cautious with a lot of these coins, and just realize that that's how a lot of them do work. don't mean to peg this one as being in that. Maybe it's not. Nice support resistance flip. Put the Fibonacci there. It does that so eloquently, just so automatically. So rejection there, that's normal. That's normal. So what? Here's one thing, Fibonacci wise, that you might not use them in this manner. Now you can go from swing low to swing high, sure you can. But you know, sometimes even without price even hitting that, you can plan within. You can pull a fib within a fib zone. You ever thought about doing that? And identify. Well, you know, you don't want to go from top down in this situation. Just throwing out some ideas on Fibonacci's there for you. And you apply that same rule. And you want to find the real discount zone right here. You want to find the area that they're most likely to go to before bumping you down, and you'd be looking basically right in here. Just throw some ideas out there for you. Play around with. So for this one, we'll probably, I'm just going to start drawing some zones for a lot of these, just the zones where I would expect price to go, rather than trying to do the little, nailed it. I just end up with a lot of lines on these charts. I think it's just easier to do it this way. So between 0.000089, 0.000012, in that area would be a good place for it to come back and retest before it tries to actually break out of here. Looks like she does want to break out and start coming up to these areas though. So the most notable places that I would be looking for to get paid are those areas, and she just tapped one of them, so it might be a minute before she goes back up and taps it, but that's one of the biggest targets I can see there.
Crypto dreams I can't dismiss.
Oh, I'm feeling stuffy. Stuffed turkey. Musk Empire game. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Wrong coin is 8x. It's, let's see. It's on CoinMarketCap. Okay, let me see. X Empire on CoinMarketCap. That's not it.
Shield stacking dreams from the slum. Main punks rolled up, flashing coins so fake. Shield me junk, pumped it, left my stack to break. Lost my last buck, landlord kicked my gate.
XMPR on CoinMarketCap. Big game on Telegram. Did I'm confused. I don't know if I got it or not. It was it? Okay, cool. Make sure I get the right coin. That sucks. Man, I asked him for third coin, I got the wrong one. That's a nice move. I'm just on the daily. I haven't even got down here to the smaller ones. What are you trying to do down here? Let's take a look at the 15. That's strong. Let me go to the 1 hour. Ooh, nice. Ribbon flip. Right there. That's what you like. We're getting a ribbon flip. Almost. Lucy's always the last one to go on board, but you know, she's not the most important one in the picture when this comes. The 300 cost 800, man, we just flip the ribbon basically. And then when Lucy flips, you know, we'll look for a bonus round, but that's cool. She's already starting to deviate, so she's getting momentum. This is my little box of where she might come back to. And maybe if she double tops here, but right now she's looking pretty healthy. I gotta say, that ribbon flip says a lot for the 1 hour here. Let me go to the 4 hour. 4 hour here is what it looks like. They have this resistance over it. Oh, no, that's good. 100 crossing the 200. Now, sometimes, not every time, but I would say 2 out of 3 times is what I'm trying to ping on it. When that happens, sometimes we come back a little bit. So we may lose some steam here. That's a possibility, short, but it looks pretty good right now. So especially good if you did build up through here. But I've never heard of this one. All right, cool. Lee Marshmallow says, I love your brain look, Dawg, but mine needs to rest. Good night, good vibes. I think mine needs to rest a little bit too, to be honest with you. How long we've been going? How did I do it? An hour and 44 minutes, just lose track of time. All right, let me make sure. I hope I didn't miss anything. But yeah, your boy's kind of... What is going? See, Mercury in retrograde. I can't even scroll up or down, man. What's up? All right. I can't. This is not. Not enough. I keep getting that error too. My computer should have enough memory to do everything. All right, and I'm here now. Now I finally got something here. Thoughts on XMR? Okay. Yeah. So I didn't really have any great thoughts on it other than, hey man, it's doing good on the chart there. All right. So she's got the measure moves down. That's badass. CJ says, what's up? My favorite pattern is the blowing trumpet, but I don't really want to see it laid on any of my assets. The blowing trumpet. So I mean, is that like a mega pump pattern or something? I mean, I'm not familiar with that term. Now you got me curious. Road Dawg is still asleep. Yeah, I feel that way sometimes. MG Martin, yeah, a lot of smile on that coin. Yeah, that would be one of my concerns. Says, so I did okay yesterday. We grabbed 2 million of them to hold. Musk Empire game 50 million users. Well, do you think gaming will come back? That's kind of nice, right? And this is the discount zone, so this is where in a few months you'd look back and say, man, I wish I bought more there. I mean, if you got that. Someone say time. Road Dawg needs a vacation. Sticker, were you talking about time, or were we talking about time crypto? I hadn't looked at Chronotech in a minute. I think I want to do that. Are you at $13? Chronotech, come on, baby. Mine's on a hardware wallet, so I'm always missing plays on this little guy. This is one that low number of tokens, but this guy has, you know, we got the idea that this one can go up to $700 or $1,000 by his tokenomics, but no, she just wants to save somewhere between $10 and $20. Dang. Time, I don't know if I've got the patience just to wait for you anymore. This one I may have to find an exchange and put some limit orders in, and I expect her to come back up to 50 at some point to complete that. Wow. Time. Chris M says my Explorer has already crashed 4 times. I can't keep the chat thing up here. It keeps closing. I keep closing the box. All right, guys. I don't see any more coin requests there. How did we come out on the poll? About a 65-35 split on it. Interesting. That's cool. All right, guys. Well, again, I'm sorry about. I apologize for you guys that are expecting chart school tonight at 8 o'clock. I flubbed that up again. I fell asleep through it. I will make it up to you guys. I do promise on that. And we'll do like it's like a mentorship is what I'm planning for the next one. You know, and I want to get, you know, ask questions and everything. And if not, we'll start going into the more like the fibs and maybe the measure moves with them and things like that. When to get in on trades. Just trying to get to address more of the things that you guys want to talk about in those. We get bathed in CME and plasmoids. Well, let's take a look here at Bitcoin one more time. See, I've got a chart here. It's not all cluttered up and on the 15-minute. So Bitcoin, she's in a channel, higher highs and higher lows, and hopefully, you know, it looks like we're trying to regain some ground. It could easily fall again, but I'm on the 15-minute, by the way. I like the way we got these set up. That's good. They're in good order. Let's see. Here's where I'm going to go from wicks to candle body so I can try to get this angle. And that's an example where I might utilize wicks, but it's also basically going over the candle bodies over here. And I got another candle body touch there, and it touches a lot of wicks, so that's I'm going with this trend line. What we got here? Okay, we're out of that danger. That's cool. Oh, look, there you are, channel. So if I'm out here looking for channels, they got that. That's probably could be part of a bigger channel. Who knows? And so I always take that as a good sign. If we have a pattern or a channel and we break out and come back in, it's usually good and usually start getting stronger moves and it goes to the top of it. So we could be headed back up to 85. Yeah, I'm just looking at support and resistance right now, and it kind of tells us 85.16 there. I'm sure you got a fib level that will come right in there at that area. 0.5 Fibonacci area comes right in there at that area. Fibs are great. So Bitcoin, we're trying to higher high, higher low, smaller time frames. Trying to make that progress, and I still think, I still see us heading up slowly, working our way back up, and we got to. If we don't, the other side is down. Higher highs. Really looking for 95 over. Maybe we can start moving up to there over the weekend, but we are headed into the weekend for Bitcoin and altcoins. Total 3. I mean, she had a nice little breakout if she can hold it. We'll see how they do the weekend, but I want to shrink my little thumb because we're having a red candle day there. But Bitcoin dominance is coming down. That's usually good for altcoins. I don't know what to tell you. We're heading into the weekend. I would just trade carefully, and if you trade at all. And I'm just kind of chilling. I'm not really trying to be too active. If I see a trade set up and I might want to play on perps or something like that, I'll do it. Other than that, I'm just kind of tending to my little garden of spots and spot margin plays and just trying to keep those straight. That's all I'm doing. Nothing major other than waiting for targets to hit, because my strategy in every coin that I've got right now, up to whatever levels, I've got my limit order set, just waiting for them to get hit, and as they do, there we go. Try to collect some dry powder or build up my margin availability so that when we do get a drop, I can build a bigger bag. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully we'll get an on-time stream tomorrow night and get back with the program, but God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate you. Very grateful for it. Good night, everybody. Pretty decent days most of the time.
Moons lift me up. I'm craving more, yeah. Dips turn to light. I'm riding this gleam. Every crash I dodge, every win supreme. Crypto's my rhythm flowing through my sight. Bull runs my dawn. Neon bull run lighting up the sky.